Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On first down, Locke. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger. But remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. Back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DJ Chark, 63 yards. And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line. So it'll come out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 on 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Locke's throw caught by his receiver Hill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Locke's throw taken in by Chark. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This defense for the Broncos, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it 35.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Jackson on 1st down. This is caught. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
from the gun, Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick six, and then decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. A little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Play action. Now it's Locke. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DJ Chark on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st down, Dobbins. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 27, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. So the completion good for just 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Jackson to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Lock now on first down. Quick slant to Hamler. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Mike 40, check, he's coming. QB's trash, let's go.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DJ Chark on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6.
To throw again is Jackson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
A final shot before half for Locke.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Motion.
final shot before break. Locke sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Bradley Chubb, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Broncos. K.J. Hamler, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's a steal.
It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson now. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the gun, they run with Ware. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe, but that's much easier said than done.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Block off of play action. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now this throw caught left side.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Back to throw. Locke. This is caught. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Troy Apke. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big,
man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Broncos. DJ Chark, 53 yards.
And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge is a successful one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
A quick throw outside by Locke. Touchdown! K.J. Hamler.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
Oh, and they had him stopped short of the 1st, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On first down, Dobbins, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Lock. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And boy, Charles, it is no doubt a passing league. We get that, but did you ever think we would see someone pass for 7,000 yards in a season? He just went over that threshold.
Brandon, 7,000 yards means you've had a monster game each and every game of the year. If you throw for 350, that would hurt your average. That means you've made every throw.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock rolling to his right. This pass caught by Hamler. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. This is the tight end Fan. And he gets this one inside the 15. Too shy of the 10.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. And it's caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, Why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Sly on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.